All right, welcome back. So a lot of people are asking about how to get a more youthful appearance with dermal fillers. How is that possible? What they can do?
Well, I just want to start out in saying that we have a lot of arrows in our quiver now. Like, it's not just Botox, it's dermal fillers, it's lasers, it's other energy-based devices. Personally, I'm a big fan of dermal fillers. So the youthful face is like an inverted pyramid. So a lot of volume on the upper half and not much on the lower. It tapers down, kind of heart-shaped. And as we age, we lose bone and soft tissue in the upper face, and we lose elasticity in the skin, and those two things together lead to the face looking more like a regular, like a right size up pyramid. So whenever I'm seeing a patient and I'm trying to restore a more youthful appearance, I like to start not treating the symptom, which is the wrinkles in the lower face, but treating the source, which is loss of volume in the upper face. I like to start up and out. So the number one area I like to go, and no one ever comes in asking for it, is the temples. As we age, our temples get hollowed out, almost concave. And so you want to put filler, periosteal, all the way down to bone, which is scary sounding, but it's not very painful. And you can build the volume there. And then I like to go further down. I like to build out the cheeks. A lot of patients come in complaining about smile lines or nasolabial folds. Instead of putting the filler there, I like to start by putting the filler in the cheeks, and it pulls everything up like this. I have so many patients just come in and they're like, can you do this? Or they do their neck. And so you can multimodal approach, but I do like to start with volumizing the upper and mid face. Then I like to go further down. Obviously, I'm a big fan of putting filler in their nose. That's not necessarily a youthful thing, but as we age, our nose does grow disproportionate. You know, cartilage continues to grow. If you've ever seen like a very old man or woman, they have just like a disproportionately large nose. So I always like to look at their nose. I like to add volume to the nasolabial fold after adding volume to the cheek. So you're treating not only the source, but the symptom, kind of coming at it from different approaches. I love a nice chiseled out jaw for both men and women. So I like to put filler right here at the angle of the mandible, right where the descending and transverse rami, those two branch, like where it makes that turn, adding volume to the chin. Filler can be used to add volume for the more youthful appearance, and then it could also be used to fill in the actual line. So, you know, like I said earlier about the nasolabial fold, we lose volume in the mid face, you could put a little filler in the tear trough. So filler, it's very versatile. It could be used a lot of places. And instead of doing a lot in one place, it's nice to take that pan facial approach, that whole face, and spread that filler out. You know, there's a limit to what you can do with one syringe, but if you go a couple deep, and we have a couple multi-filler specials right now, I just think like a little bit everywhere, subtle and dramatic. Feedback, Gina? She doesn't feel that way.
No, I think it's great.
So recently we had a training and we needed a model, and Gina's mom was nice enough to be our model. So
yeah, kind enough to be the model. No, she was very happy with it. She got 8 syringes, maybe even more than that. And after the swelling goes down, it was very natural. She looked great. I mean, a nice overall look. They did it kind of spattered everywhere, like you're talking about.
Pan facial approach.
Facial, yeah. I think it really made a difference to kind of.
A little bit everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have like a favorite? Did we do something that she's just like, oh, I love my cheeks. I love my.
Actually, yeah, the cheeks.
Oh,
yeah.
The cheeks are popular, you know. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was a filler called Sculptra, which we use oftentimes in our patients that are 40 plus, especially if they're thin, especially like, you know, a 50-year-old marathon runner, like a 6% body fat. They just need volume in their faces. We use a filler called Sculptra, which is not like a traditional filler, like all the hyaluronic acid-based fillers like Juvederm, Restylane, etc. It's biostimulatory, and so it's something called polylactic acid. And so the filler goes in and it stimulates our own bodies to make more type 1 and type 3 collagen. We do the procedure. Typically, my favorite area for it is underneath the cheek. So I like to put a hyaluronic acid, like a Voluma, in the cheek itself. And then I like to fill the area underneath with Sculptra, which stimulates our body to make collagen, which thickens the dermis, the skin, and really helps with those little fine lines that we get as we age in the lower face. It's just one more tool that I think is great for our patients that are looking to get a more youthful appearance.
Would you use it in the temples as well?
In the temples, you can. I'm a big fan of either using hyaluronic acid-based filler or Radius, which is kind of half instant gratification, like a hyaluronic acid filler, half biostimulatory, like a Sculptra. Yeah.
Can't wait for mine.